Hey guys, it's 10 Types, and today I'm going to be showing off this Malamar list. I'm going to be playing Malamar, this Malamar Inteleon deck by Simone Trottier-Lacasse. I don't think I pronounced that right, but the list will be down in the description. You can see his tournament run and how he played that. And the reason I'm playing this deck is honestly because I've played Malamar in the past, and I haven't been a fan of it. The deck's interesting, has some unique aspects, kind of like Baby Blacephalon, but certainly nowhere near that deck in terms of exactly what it does. And something that a lot of people have been pushing me to play. I know a lot of people also really enjoy this deck, but something I haven't been quite the biggest fan of. So I'm pushing myself to play this deck today. And obviously, it's built around Malamar from Chilling Reign with its Rapid Strike Tentacles attack, where you reveal any number of Rapid Strike Pokemon from your hand, and it does 80 per card you reveal in this way. So this can, of course, be Malamar. And the Inkays, it could be something such as this Remoraid and Octillery line. It could be the Sobbles or the Chilling Reign Inteleons, as well as some of your supporters like Brawly and Queen's Focus. You also have the Spiral Energy, and that is about it. And the ways you get them into your hand are stuff like the powerful Inteleon engine, the Octilleries with the Rapid Strike Search, as I mentioned. You also have a ton of Pokemon Search. We have 15 different Pokemon Search cards right here because we're obviously throwing them into the deck all the time, and any Pokemon Search card pretty much instantly becomes a Rapid Strike card or a Pokemon that we might need. And that's why Great Ball works really well in the deck as well, because it just gets anything, and we can just throw it into our hand to just increase damage, which is really nice. We also have Ordinary Rod and Rescue Carrier. Rescue Carrier will obviously recover Pokemon like the Inkays probably, or maybe a Remoraid if that gets targeted down. And then the Ordinary Rod can recover the attackers or the energy if we need. And then Rescue Carrier can also recover, as I said, the Rapid Strike Pokemon as just straight up damage for that turn and actually increasing your hand size. And same thing with Scoop Up Net, obviously getting them from in play as opposed to from your discards, so slightly different focus there. But really interesting card that allows you to grow your hand, also reuse those Inteleon line. Then we have a pretty interesting supporter lineup, but nothing crazy from Malamar. We have the Fork Arena's Focus, the best supporter in the deck, in a sense, because it provides that rapid strike damage, and also is searchable with Octillery and draws 2 cards. Then we have the Bruno, the best draw supporter. If you KO'd, you discard or you shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 7. And then 3 Brawly, allowing you to get it set up. Because we play the Sobbles as opposed to the Minchinos, and the Chinchino engine, we can set up all of our basics with Brawly, which is really cool. I'm really excited to hop into a deck with this, or into a game with this really interesting deck, see if I like it. Honestly, as I said, this is not a deck I'm super excited for, but I'm sure it will be really interesting, and I can at least learn about the deck. Um, let's see what the matchups are. Obviously, certain decks like Dragapult or other spread decks are really bad for this deck, but there's also some really solid matchups if you're just able to hit those one shots. But obviously, you can fall short of those one shots now. So your opponent wins the coin flip, and they obviously choose to go first. Both of us having at least one mulligan, which is fine. And we get to see our opponent's deck, which is interesting. They have the Shadow Rider sleeves, which are somewhat questionable for us. But hopefully we can't. Oh, Dragonfall, yes. So as I said, Dragfall, bad matchup. This is one of the reasons I don't love this deck. We do get 3 NKs, which is really insane, but definitely apply a ton of pressure on us really quickly. But let's see if we can take on this deck. And we can hopefully have a really good turn next turn, or yeah, a really good turn. We do have, honestly, as good of a hand as we could ever ask for. So let's see with this hand if we could even beat probably definitely our worst matchup. But let's see, we can get out a Remoraid, probably 2 Remoraids and a Sobble. I'm not super familiar with this deck, but I imagine getting these out seems pretty solid. We're always going to be playing an Octillery, and then I imagine just play these Inkays and pass the turn because we don't need to play the Psychic and it's just gonna die. But we'll see what our opponent does. They did get the turn one Dragapult with an energy as well as two Sobbles, and we see the Drizzle. So we're almost guaranteed to have probably double Inkay KO'd, something like that. Whatever it is, it's not going to be too good, but we can theoretically respond with a KO. And we see them Drizzle, probably going to get themselves either a supporter, possibly energy, or they got the switch out as well, which they needed. So we see the level ball for either a supporter or an energy this time, I gotta imagine. Unless they already have both of those in their hand. Hopefully their hand doesn't get disrupted as well, because this is very solid. We see them play Energy Search. Actually very surprising, because Fog Crystal is generally directly better, but they're electing to play Energy Search. We do see we get Marnie, which is really unfortunate. We obviously had an insane hand there, but hopefully we can recover from that. And this hand itself is fine as well. We have the Bruno, which obviously draws us the most cards of any card in our deck. So we can hopefully get some, hopefully get a one shot. We need obviously eight, eight Pokemon to get that KO. So, or eight Rapid Strike cards. And we just see them take out two Inkay, of course. So we honestly really need the one shot here. If we get it though, then that's insane. If we don't, though, we probably lose. So we see a Great Ball, which is really solid. I'll start off with the Fog Crystal, got myself a Psychic. I should probably check my cards as well. Looks like we prized a Sobble, a Scoop Up Net, maybe like a Brawly, a couple of Spiral Energy, and Bruno, I think. Anyways, we can definitely get these guys, get this Psychic Energy in play, and I think we Great Ball, looking for like a Remoraid. That'd be really, or an Octillery, would be really good. And we actually find that, so that's really nice. Could have gotten the Inkay, but honestly, I don't think it matters if we got the Inkay or not, because we need the one shot here. If we don't get it, we're in a pretty dangerous position. Okay, so this hand looks pretty solid. I need to sequence this right because, as I said, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. The deck's not that hard to play, but just need to get stuff down and do it in the right order. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we should be able to do it. We just need to level ball, grab ourselves a Drizzle here. Grab ourselves a Scoop Up Net off of that. Suppose instead of the Scoop Up Net, we could grab like a Rescue Carrier. I don't hate that. Yeah, grabbing the Rescue Carrier is probably fine here. Then we have the Brawly. We have the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it looks like we're going to come up one short here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll grab the Rescue Carrier. And then this Octillery can grab ourselves pretty much anything. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I was going to do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're going to be one short, which is okay. This is what it is. I'll probably grab myself a Malamar here. It's probably fine. Then we just grab ourselves a couple of Inkays, which we probably need to bench right away here. And we just shuffle the rest of these guys into the deck. Hit him for 1, 2. Can get rid of this level ball. Don't need that. Grab ourselves maybe this Sobble. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I feel completely fine getting rid of these 4 cards. And then the next turn we can hopefully have a really strong showing. with just another 160. Sorry about that. Feeling a little under the weather right now, but yeah, we can hopefully get the big KO next turn. Things will be very difficult after that, though. If they get another Dragapult V with an energy, that's going to be really scary because that means that they will be able to like just get another VMAX turn after that and probably win. So we need to be really careful here. And then we probably see, yeah, the Quick Ball for the Dragapult, and they probably have an energy, unfortunately. So we'll see them get the Dragapult down, probably attach, and then KO this Malamar and this Inkay again. Take two more prizes, or we see the Headbutt Tantrum on the Inkay. I guess they're going for double Inteleon. They probably won't find that. I don't know exactly what's in their deck, but I think the probability of them hitting that is very low. Just see an instance though, so that's very scary. Hopefully, oh no. Okay, yeah, this is really bad. They are going to KO all three of our NKs, so that means we cannot win this game, unfortunately. So yeah, we see how Malamar. Honestly, this is how Malamar always goes for me. Um, I don't feel like the deck. Obviously, we came up a little short that turn. I suppose I could have held back on the Great Ball, but I don't think that would have mattered. And it just comes up too short, and like KOs all your NKs. So we do win the coin flip this next game though, so we have to go first, which is really good. And we have an okay opening hand. Honestly, this would be really good going second. I can't imagine this deck like wants to go second though, but this hand's okay. We can probably get ourselves a Malamar, and we see our opponent has a bunch of Applins down. Hopefully that's a sign that they're playing a unique and interesting deck, and not my Elo has tanked, because that is obviously a possibility. But we see them playing some Metal Energy, so I'm not sure. Okay, we got Marnie, so that's really nice. Our hand wasn't too good, like at all. The Metal Energy is really interesting. I'm trying to figure out what deck this is. I don't know off the top of my head. They're probably playing the Flapple from um, Evolving Skies, and are going to go with that to um, provide their like major damage. That could definitely be a very solid attacker a lot of times, but we can do a Malamar here, which is obviously really nice. Or I don't mind getting the artillery either. And the rest of this hand is just really solid, so I'm gonna grab myself this Psychic Energy and attach it to the Inkay, and probably Rapid Strike Search for a, let's see, in our hand we have everything we need, which is really cool. So I feel like Rapid Strike searching for a Brawly is really, like, completely fine. So I'm just going to go with that. And yeah, get ourselves set up a bit more. And so we can just grab ourselves an Inkay, a Sobble, and a Remoraid for a very solid setup. Or actually, we can probably get ourselves two Sobbles and then that Inkay. And obviously, Evo Incense, get ourselves that Malamar as our attacker, and Scoop up the active Artillery to just take out the Applin. We only need one guy, so let's shuffle in this Spiral Energy because we need the Artillery to draw some more cards next turn. Because then the Artillery can obviously evolve from the Remoraid. We get another Artillery as well, which is cool. But we can use the Artillery to grab ourselves probably a Karina's Focus. See, Cape of Toughness on the Applin, which is really interesting. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what's happening right now, but I'm probably fine with it. Just go set up some more, which is cool. I'm gonna Rapid Strike Search and Karina's Focus first to set up our hand a bit better. They are immune this turn, so not gonna be doing anything right now. That's fine. We can just set up our board, as I said, a bit more. get our other psychic energy. One thing to note, which is really interesting, is that the deck only actually plays 2 copies of psychic energy. So that means that if that's down, like you're just in a really bad spot. But right here, we should just grab ourselves a Lucky Ball, I think, and Lucky Ball, grab ourselves another Drizzile, then next, and another Drizzile after that. Alright, I suppose we don't even need another Drizzile, but let's grab an Evo Incense here for next turn. This could allow us to get like double Inteleon or something. And then we just pass the turn. Yeah, we're in a very solid spot here. But I wonder what our opponent's going to do. The Melodies on the Applins are really surprising. We do see the Flapple here, which will be taking a KO, which is fine. We're going to get Marnie, which is unfortunate, but we're winning the prize race. So unless they do something that takes extra prizes, we should win. We do see Zacian though, so this is Zacian Flapple deck. It's really interesting, but I feel like they're going to struggle to set up all the Zacians. We're in a very good spot, aside from that. Obviously, going to send up that Inca right there. We hit a Bruno as well, which is really nice. So we got the Drizzle and the Inteleon. Also not loving either of those cards right now, though. I think I'll actually Drizzle for Incense, though, to guarantee that the Malamar. Or no, I'll get this Inteleon. Play the Inteleon, Drizzle for Incense to get the Malamar. And that's really solid. We can also theoretically like scoop up there or something if we need extra damage. I'd be shocked if we need the extra damage because we only need 2 Pokemon. We are unfortunately down or prize 2 Malamar, which is pretty bad because they're probably going to get a KO next turn. I've opened myself up to a ton of Flapple damage, but that's fine. We already had a bunch of Flapples that were, or a bunch of abilities in play. Obviously going to start off with this Great Ball, and we see an Inkay, but honestly, I'm liking this Inteleon more. We can search the Inkay with all those cards in your hand, or the 5 crystal level ball. So just getting this double Applin, this double quick shooting KO on the Applin seems very solid. And then we can see a prize, hopefully find a Malamar, but at least see 2 prizes. So if this one doesn't get a Malamar, there's a chance the next one does, and we don't find a Malamar there, unfortunately. But we see a Fog Crystal to get ourselves this Inkay. And of course we can Rapid Strike Search and grab ourselves maybe a Spiral Energy or something to put back into our deck as well. And then we can just Rapid Strike Tentacles, return this Octillery and this Brawly because we won't be needing those anytime soon, and take the KO on their Flapple. And now they will need like double Metal Saucer, 3rd Metal, and a Switch. They could like Raihan or something as well, but I imagine they'll be using Intrepid Sword this turn. The deck is really interesting with a like combination of attackers though. So I'm interested in seeing how this goes. We see them go down a switch and a boss, which is fine. See the Metal Saucer though, and there's a chance they do take the KO, which will honestly be really brutal because we don't have any more Malamar. So we will be forced to find that copy of Ordinary Rod, which you actually don't have access to right now, which I suppose I might have misplayed, not giving myself access to the deck with like the Drizzles and Inteleons that turn. I could just scoop up that Inteleon, which might have been the correct play. But we see they probably don't have it. I imagine they're gonna like Oranguru right now, hope to get it. We see an energy switch. It's actually interesting. Oh, okay, yeah. They're gonna double energy switches for Crobat. The energy switches are really interesting in this deck. I'm honestly very surprised what exactly they're in the deck for, but hopefully they don't find a mouse sauce on the side of the Crobat. It looks like they did miss it. You see them Oranguru, the last card you're going to see this turn, you gotta imagine. And I don't believe they found it again, which is really nice for us. Because as I said, we would have been in a very questionable spot if we had missed it. Or if they had gotten it, because then we would have probably missed our attack. We see a Bruno though, which is really nice. So we can just ping this Oranguru a couple of times with the Inteleons and just grow our hand size even more, which is really nice. We need 6 Pokemon or 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should have those. Let's see. Don't want to quit shooting just yet. We'd have an Inkay though. And we should be able to get it completely fine. Get the Sobble. So that's 5 in our hand at the moment. And we can just ping this Orangu a couple of times. And then scoop up net. Sorry, I was counting. So we have 5. We can artillery for 1. Maybe another artillery. So now we have 6. And we can scoop up net the Inteleons to get the KO. So that's really solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so we have it there, which is really nice. 1, 2. Or sorry, I actually got 2 more, I think, than I needed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we only need 6. That's fine. We definitely want to get this Inteleon back down. We can replay this Inteleon as well. Yeah, and then we have the KO. And quick shooting this Orangu again, which is nice. Rapid Strike Tentacles for the KO here. Obviously more of the somewhat math-intensive deck. It's not that crazy. I suppose I'm just kind of bad at math. But we see that we get the KO there, and we do finally rip our Malamar off the prizes. We rip 2, in fact, which is, I mean, we were guaranteed to rip our Malamar. We only were missing 1 of the cards. But we see them respond with a KO on our Malamar, but that's fine. They're not going to win the game. We don't have a game this turn, but we are very close. So even if we miss the KO here, we have the KO in 2 turns with the, or in our next turn with those Inteleon pings on the Orangu, which is super nice. We top deck a Spiral Energy, which is really insane. And we can just Bruno here, hoping to find maybe the Drizzle off of this Bruno. We just see an amazing hand here. So we could just get 5 cards in a hand, which we have, or should have access to. Get back a couple of Inkays here. Kind of rapid strike search for whatever. And we do take the game over this Zacian Flapple deck, which is really good. And we can just quick shooting. I suppose quick shooting this, but we do win the game in the end, which is really solid, showing off the power of Rapid Strike Malamar. And I'm going to play 1 more game after this to see if we go over or under even. And we saw even with the Ordinary Rod prize, we were able to come out on top. However, if they had gotten that 1 KO, we probably would have lost that game because we would have had no way of being able to finish the game out. So you can see even in matchups that should be really favorable against decks that are honestly definitely on the weaker side, Malamar can still really easily fall apart because it's honestly a really fragile deck. It needs a ton of pieces to do all of its steps. You want to do all these artilleries. Sometimes you want Chinchino if you're using that build. If not, you're using Inteleons to get all these pieces, and Inteleons generally make a deck more consistent. A deck like Malamar just needs so many pieces to work. But we do see we win the coin flip again. Of course, one thing to keep in mind, when we did win the coin flip, we won. When we lost it, we lost. So, then that sounds a pretty common theme and standard right now. But that is what it is. And this hand is also okay. We can attach a spiral energy to the active, and I imagine playing down the Inca here is completely fine. And we can level ball for a Stobble, probably pass the turnover. We could grab ourselves like a Remoraid or something. That seems really questionable because we don't have access to a draw supporter immediately next turn without Edrazal. So we're just going to hold on to the level balls, be able to like Karina's Focus or whatever next turn. We also have another Spiral Energy, which is really cool in case our Malamar, or in case I happens to get knocked out, which we are against Tapu Koko VMAX. A very solid deck, but unfortunately they don't get a very good setup. We are able to take the game over them with a donk. So we do see that Malamar is able to come out 2-1. Malamar and Talion, a really interesting deck. Obviously, can go badly really quickly if our opponent had like so much of anything that game. They certainly could have won. And we weren't in a great spot to take one shots. They saw that in the end, we were able to win some games with Malamar and show off what Malamar is and how it works. So I hope you enjoyed the content. I enjoyed playing the game some. Obviously, didn't love the game against Dragapult, even though we had a pretty much perfect start. We still lost that game, but I'm interested in playing some new and interesting decks, even if they aren't my favorite. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I really appreciate it if you liked the video. Also, if you subscribe to the channel, that really helps me out. I know a lot of people say, like everyone says it, but it really does help us out because it helps me know if you are enjoying this type of content and if there's stuff that you're not enjoying as well. So you can leave a dislike on the video, also a comment, that's appreciated, so I know what you think of it. And I'm excited to see you in the next video.